Hey everybody, welcome to another edition of PoCommunity. I'm Mike Garboy, and my guest today is Wendy Huang from the Artivity Finder. How's it going?
Good. Thank you.
No
Thank you so
problem.
much.
Tell me a little bit about yourself. Tell me about Artivity Finder.
Yeah, so my business is launched in October last year, and actually an RCC, Registered Clinical Counselor, specifying in art therapy. So art therapy, a lot of people think, oh, are you teaching art to children or teaching art to people? No, it's more like a counseling style, but not a traditional talk therapy. So we transform everything into art making for the healing process.
Cool. So how did you get involved in that?
Just to share a little bit about my own personal experience and story. I've been working for the government for 15 years in the past and doing a lot of things to help people get on income assistance, apply for persons with disabilities, all the hospital intakes pretty much. So I've been seeing a lot of people suffering from illness, disabilities, and the poverty pretty much. And then for my own self, just 8 years ago, I also had a critical illness. I had breast cancer actually. So I then got involved in art therapy, and I was like, wow, it's powerful because I've been through that hopeless, like dying phase, pretty much at a young age. So I don't know if you still see me young, but
very young.
You're very young. Okay. So that's my personal experience, and I was actually a client, and I got support from my art therapist and counselor, and after that, I got a chance to go back to school. I'm like, okay, I want to do this. I want to help more people, more children, more people who want to use this nonverbal communication to get healed.
I think it's nice. Is it a relatively new style of therapy?
Yes, art therapy is quite new. Well, it's not new, like, from psychological therapy history. It's there. It's there. But art therapy requires more training, more practice, more practicum hours. So many counselors who try to be a registered clinical counselors don't choose art therapy because you need to do more free job, right? Like a practicum. To get on board.
Well, I can see it like therapy being a lot like in counseling, it being a lot like just in the past has its like set ways, and it kind of it's this or the highway. It's a lot like that in so many different avenues, right?
Yes.
It's nice to see that there, like, even with schooling, not all kids learn the same. So it's like, why would everybody need like counseling in the same way? Why would you need? It's like everybody intakes things differently. So obviously, when you were going to therapy or counseling, the art part of it was just it was presented to you, and it was what was for you, right?
Yes, there are definitely a lot of counseling approaches, like a somatic, mindfulness, like psychodynamic. A lot of approaches to do to deliver counseling, and art therapy is really unique because it can integrate with the varieties of counseling approaches. So for example, children who have autism don't want to talk. don't want to use verbal communication to do it. And there's a way for us to build a storytelling and use the art making for them to express their inner voices, inner world. Yeah, things like that.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
that's amazing. That's great work to be doing on your end. That's it's needed, and I think more and more in today's society, we're starting to learn this that people need different kinds of help.
Yeah.
Um, do you have a typical clientele, or is it like people from all different avenues?
Yes, so my own practice, I serve adults and also children between 6 to 12.
Yeah,
Yeah, like elementary schools, secondary. Yeah, that I can basically see everyone, but I try to focus on adults and also children. Yeah, it's just for children. I feel like they need more supports, especially when they don't have that much vocabulary, like
yeah,
words to express themselves. And when they draw, you can find children drawing whatever they think.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah, whatever they think in their mind, they just present it on the piece of paper. So I think it's easier to understand their inner world and try to find a good moment to build their self-esteem.
yeah.
Yeah.
That's very much needed. Like I said earlier in the interview, it's always been in the past is this way, this way, this way, this way, and it's still in schooling. A lot of that is still the same. So in any place or any industry avenue, for there to be like differences in choices is 100% what kids especially really need because some of the most brilliant minds don't succeed in
Mhm.
traditional schooling or traditional ways of thinking. They just need it presented in a different way and they become some of the most successful human beings in the world.
Yeah.
So the people that think outside the box kind of are the more, and I wouldn't say more successful, but they need to think of things differently from what other people, and it
Yeah.
actually does them so much good.
Yeah, that's true. Especially children. For example, parents like to send them to art classes,
Yeah,
right? But the teachers, I'm not saying like art classes are not good, but they learn certain way to draw, the
yeah,
techniques, the colors, and how to present it look good,
yeah,
right? But maybe it's not what they want. Maybe it's not there's no connection,
yeah,
yeah, between their thoughts and their feelings, their emotions to their artworks. It's just maybe copy,
yeah,
right? But in art therapy, children, even adults can just draw, can just use any type of supplies or medium
yeah,
to present their feelings.
yeah.
Yeah,
That's it's amazing. I have an art like not physical like drawing art background,
yeah,
but just that what we're doing right here is considered art like videography,
yes.
photography. I did music and that, and it kind of is when I was in school back in like who knows how long now, but like in high school, it's like those industries weren't frowned upon, but it's just like they don't push kids into those industries because they're like, oh, there's no
Mm,
money in it. But I think this generation's starting to realize it's a
yeah,
lot better for your mental health, even if you're
yeah,
not making a boatload of money to
yeah,
do something you're passionate about. So you're seeing a lot more like arts in the forefront, people putting their art out there. And you brought up the point of uh, like a teacher who's teaching
yeah.
art a certain way. That's like already breaking the definition of art.
Yeah, definitely, definitely. I totally agree because the passion, whatever you love to do, based on your passion, it's good for your mental health, right?
Yeah.
Because it's a mind and body connection. Yeah.
Yeah. So, and you said that it's because it served you so well when you did it. So, well, how many years ago did you say that was?
Um, for my own
Yeah,
experience, it was 8 years ago.
8 years ago,
Yeah,
and it just resonated with you so strong
so strong.
that changed careers pretty much.
Pretty much. Well, I have done my school. I actually have a daughter, 3.5 years old,
Yeah,
almost 4 actually. So for the past 3.5 years, during pandemic time, I was studying
yeah,
and also babysitting her.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a tough time, but now when I think of it, I just enjoyed it. Yeah,
Uh,
yeah.
so like, if people want to find out more about you and where,
Mhm.
like, how to use your services,
Yeah.
where do they go? How do they find out?
I have my website built up, so you can go to www. Artivity Finder, so ART. So instead of activity, it's art, right? ART, artivityfinder.com. So how I name this is, well, the name just explains itself. You
Yeah.
find an activity, but that activity is art activity to help you relax and just reduce stress and anxiety. So definitely can follow my Facebook, same name, and IG. Yeah. And I have my own office in PoCo downtown.
Nice.
So, but this is just an office suitable for individual sessions
Yeah.
or at least maybe couple session. So I really appreciate the Fountainhead Network because this is a space I can offer group sessions. Yeah.
Which you do have some coming up, right? You're doing some
Yeah.
workshops or
Yes, I booked the space in March. So I booked 2 Saturdays on March 11 and March 18 from 3 to 5 p.m. And the topic is actually spiritual connection. So people may think, oh, spiritual connection is about religion, or, certain religion maybe the topic I will be presenting. No, yeah. So spiritual connection is more like a connection to your own wholeness, your oneness, by art making. Yeah, so definitely I have some methods how to lead people, how to lead the participants to use art supplies and materials to build their unconsciousness. Yeah, I can say that unconsciousness. So unconsciousness is more like your dream. Yeah, your something like a daydreaming. Sometimes a lot of things you don't say in reality.
Yeah.
But you really want to say and you hold it up. So in that therapy group, there's a way to transform. Transform your thoughts and voices into art making and to have that connection. Yeah.
I'd say your definition of spirituality is, I think it's definitely the new modern way. It's people are more connected to themselves. It doesn't mean religion. It's definitely, I think, from the forefront, it's more so just people that, like, being their true selves in their true form. Because that's I can keep going back and talk about the past, how it's very much so they want you this way. You got to grow up. You can't, at a certain age, you got to act this way. And I think it's finally starting to, like, people are realizing, if you're going to do these rules, your mental health is just going to go down, and you just be yourself.
Yeah. So we always talk about everybody has that inner child.
Yeah.
Right? But that inner child is hidden.
Yeah.
Because of all the phases, all the job, school, boss, employer, every type of expectation from the society and from the reality to put your inner child, still hidden in your heart, in your mind. So we really need to find a way to show, to call. Yeah.
Bring it out.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, I think having kids kind of helps that one the first little bit, at least. Like you say, you have, how old was it?
Almost 4.
Yeah, and mine's turning 5 in a couple weeks, and it's I think you don't have a choice with being a little kid for a bit, because all you're going to see on your TV is kid stuff. All you're going to be around is kid stuff. All you're going to be talking to is your kid.
Right.
So it's, instead of dreading it, kind of like put yourself in their shoes and realize how, like, the innocence and just it. I actually, in today's times, it's So it's hard on one another, and it's kind of tense out there. And I read something a while back. It's just like adults are acting like children in the wrong way. A lot of adults are acting like in the side of a child where they're like they don't have patience. They fight with one another. They yell at one another. But in reality, it's the innocence and the fun and all the stuff that we like just drowned out from being a kid that people need to bring back and realize like children are the most innocent people. They have no hate in their brain, really. That we need to take that side from them. So I think art, like it's something that great for a lot of people I know. I haven't really done it, but just adult coloring books. Like people are starting to realize how good that is, just to like do something that you did as a kid, but do it as an adult.
A lot of time adults forgot about it, and to be honest, we are parents. Sometimes we use authority, right? Like we are parents, we are adults, but you know, they are children, and they are really authentic. So in art therapy, we are trying to achieve that level. Just put everything aside. Put your stress, put your anxiety, put whatever financial problem, your job aside, and just focus. Be at that moment, in present.
How about Poppy? Where's Poppy right
Poppy.
now? She? She's around at your...
Poppy, come.
Is she around at your sessions?
No, not yet. So I have a husky. Actually.
She's in the studio right now. She's gorgeous.
Thank you. I'll for sure post her photo to attach to this video. She's just resting there.
Well, I mean... These are, as we know, dogs are therapy themselves. They use pet therapy. We know with our dog that we bring to the office every day, she's a stress ball. People, when they're like having a bad day or something, just go up to her and So I'm like that's why I asked. It's like having her around. It's like extra bonus in your therapy.
Extra bonus and therapeutic process as well. I do have a specific program, like a design customized for people who lost their pets, lost their fur kits for children. So it's definitely a way to use art therapy to rebuild that connection and work that acceptance. Well,
that's amazing, Wendy. I'd love to talk about this for longer and longer.
For sure.
We do limit our time on the show. But I've enjoyed talking to you greatly. This has been amazing to learn more about what you do, because I think it's definitely a step in the right direction. I think a lot men, especially men, as you know, they are quite stubborn on going to therapy or counseling and stuff. I think it has a lot to do with what you said, the talking aspect of it. It feels like you're getting interrogated. It feels like you're getting, so having this outlet, there's plenty of men that this actually might be huge for. I feel like just like getting whatever you have out in art is, I mean, musicians use that all the time. Some of the greatest musicians, that's like their emotions and everything. That's how they get it out, and it's a work of art, right? So I appreciate what you do. It's great.
Thank
again,
you.
plug your website, just so if anybody missed it earlier, they can find it again.
Thank you. Definitely. It is suitable for everyone. People may think, only suitable for people who have mental health. No, it's definitely the way for everybody to heal, to relax. And I thank your time and thank this beautiful space and this opportunity for me to be on this.
Well, thank you, Wendy. Thank you so much. And thank you all for listening or watching us today on PoCommunity. Join us next time.